We are just 14 days away from the NFL draft, and the Detroit Lions still need a quarterback behind Jared Goff and Nate Sudfeld. Will we sign Teddy Bridgewater, or will we sign or draft a developmental prospect out of this NFL draft? Or will we do both? We have yet to see. But Jordan Reed out of ESPN brought up a prospect that I really didn't know much about. He brought him up yesterday by the name of Clayton Tune, a quarterback out of Houston. Here's what he had to say about Clayton Tune, the Houston quarterback. It says, one option I would like to bring up is Houston quarterback Clayton Tune, a player who's seen as a very intriguing late-round pick. Tune had a breakout year last year, over 4,000 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, and a team-leading 546 rushing yards. He operates well in rhythm. He has enough arm strength and mobility as a developmental option. I think they could find a lot of intrigue in him. Now, the Detroit Lions have had a pre-draft visit from C.J. Stroud. I don't think that the Lions are going to draft him even if he was there, but I don't think C.J. Stroud nor Bryce Young or Will Anderson are going to make it all the way back to pick 6. So I think that C.J. Stroud, if you wanted one of those guys, I don't think that's going to happen. I additionally do not think that Anthony Richardson is going to go to the Detroit Lions. Either why waste a high draft pick on a guy that's not going to start, a developmental guy. But Clayton Tune, let's take a look at his stats here. Clayton Tune, in the 2022 season, wind up having 4,074 yards. He had 40 touchdowns, which was tied for third. He had 10 interceptions and a QB rating of 75.6. Now, developmental prospect. I like the way that this is going here. I don't know if this guy is going to be a late draft pick, like a 5th or 6th rounder. We have 2 5th and 2 6th and no 7th. So if we did go and we didn't draft a quarterback with the first 3 rounds, then with that no 4th round pick, could we take a guy like Clayton Tune in the later rounds? Now, here's what NFL Draft Buzz had to say when they were doing his scouting comparison. They scouted him and compared him to Mr. Irrelevant of 2022, Brock Purdy. Here's what NFL Draft Buzz had to say. Clayton Tune is an experienced prospect who has put up huge numbers during 5 years at Houston. He is a great leader with elite intangibles and an innate ability to up his game in the most clutch situations. He's a decent athlete who can move well outside the pocket but doesn't look to run first. His arm, while not elite, is good enough and can make all but the deepest of required NFL-level passes, and his release is quick, enabling him to avoid pressure. Tune's negatives are, however, very tangible, where he's not close to possessing the prototypical size and strength for the position, although extensive time in an NFL weight room may somewhat mitigate this. Tune is an interesting prospect who has the talent and intangibles to play immediately, although his limited athletic ability will likely put a ceiling on his draft stock. Expect the Houston star to be a bargain if he drops any lower than the 4th round of the 2023 NFL draft. So with the Brock Purdy comparison and the later round potential of a guy like Clayton Tune, is that someone that the Detroit Lions could possibly have their eye on? Now, to be honest with you, I would not mind. I don't have to have a guy that's going to, one of the top 1st, 2nd, 3rd round guys, to be completely honest with you, because I think Jared Goff is going to be here for a while. What I think is going to happen is that the Detroit Lions are going to extend Jared Goff after this year and maybe wrap him up for another 2 to 3 years. And if they were to get a developmental quarterback, that would be perfect, because that guy could be kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. He could be our backup quarterback and a potential successor to Jared Goff when the inevitable time comes that we have to replace him. Or by that time, we're talking about 5 years from now. You never know who is going to be in that quarterback room that we could get when it comes to quarterback. So for me, I wouldn't mind a developmental prospect, because Jared Goff is going to be here for quite some time. That's just my opinion on it. And I think we can win with him, but we also need someone to back him up as well. So let me know, what do you think of a developmental prospect and a guy like Clayton Tune? I know there's a guy out of UCLA. I think his name is Dorian Thompson-Robinson or something like that, a later round prospect as well. Anybody in the late round, I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I don't think we're going to see a Brad Kaya or Jake Ruddock 2.0. I think Brad and Dan know exactly what they're doing. And if they get a guy, they have yet to draft a single quarterback in all of their drafts. So that first one that they take is going to be a big deal, in my opinion. And I think they'll know what they're doing. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. Consider subscribing to the channel. We're almost at 9,500 subscribers. My dream would be to get to 10,000 in the next 2 weeks. Not sure that's going to happen, but if this is not your first time watching, consider subscribing because you know you're going to keep coming back. And we give you quality, good content that you guys can keep on consuming. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.